Hey Chiefs Kingdom, back from vacation, ready to fire up another video just for you guys. But first, hit that subscribe button. You get more free videos. If you don't subscribe, I'm just going to assume you're a Bucs fan, and no one wants to be that. So hit that big red button and subscribe. We'll continue to bring videos here on this channel. Plus, turn on that notification bell. That way you're always notified on your phone, on your tablet, when we publish a video. And with that being said, stay tuned for today's show. You're watching the Kansas City Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, back with the latest rumors and news for you guys. And hey, there's been a lot of talk about, could there be a Super Bowl 56 rematch between the Chiefs and the Bucs? Let's discuss on today's show. So according to BetMGM's latest odds, the Chiefs and the Bucs are the top two Super Bowl 56 favorites according to their betting odds. I'll let you gamble at your own discretion, but it makes a lot of sense, right? And obviously, Tampa Bay crushed the Chiefs last year. It was tough, but that's what happened. It was an absolute beatdown. But the one big hole Kansas City had was their offensive line, which they totally revamped this offseason. So it makes sense that they're favorites. It makes sense that the Bucs are up there as well because they brought back all 22 starters, did Tampa Bay. Now, I think Chiefs fully healthy do deserve to be the betting odds, which they are, according to BetMGM. Here are the top five. Chiefs plus 450. What does that mean? Put down $10 to win 45. Bucs are plus 650 right there. Then there's a pretty big drop-off to the Bills, Rams, and 49ers, who all have plus 1,200 odds to win Super Bowl 56. As far as Kansas City is concerned, I don't think there's any doubt that the Chiefs would love a rematch, and I'll even take it a step further. They want a rematch. They want to get another crack at this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, especially while Tom Brady is still playing. Who knows how long TB12 is going to be slinging it? Maybe this year and next year, and that's it. We'll see. We know he's playing this year, so if the Chiefs want another crack at him, it must happen in Super Bowl 56. And you don't want Super Bowl 55 to be a lasting memory. You want to get back to the Super Bowl and win one, whether it's against the Bucs or someone else, because this was just a poor showing. The offensive line was banged up, so they couldn't protect. The Bucs defense just had their way throughout the entire four quarters, and it turned into a 31-9 beatdown, by far the worst loss of Mahomes' career. The first loss by more than 8 points in his career, and it was by 22. So yeah, I want a rematch. I think the Chiefs want a rematch. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want a rematch between the Chiefs and Bucs in Super Bowl 56? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in on this one. I'm spamming Y for yes because, hey, I think the Chiefs want and need another crack at this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. Now, Tyreek Hill spoke recently about the Chiefs' offseason approach and basically just been frustrated since that Super Bowl loss. Said, quote, man, you know what? I've been grinding my tail off ever since that loss, talking about the Super Bowl, of course. I take losing kind of hard. Me being me and my teammates being my teammates, you know, Pat, Travis Kelce, the rest of the guys, Tyrann Mathieu, Chris Jones, they want to get back to that stage. I know they're grinding just as hard as I am. I feel like we were kind of embarrassed on national TV during the biggest game in the last game of the year. We definitely don't want to go down that route again. We'll be back. The Chiefs are still pissed off. That's why they've thrown out stuff this year that the goal is 20-0. The goal is to win another Super Bowl. You see, Tyreek Hill, hey, we're grinding. We're upset after losing in Super Bowl 55. Obviously, if you could go back, you'd rather have that win. But I think maybe in the long run, maybe, it could play benefits for this franchise that they lost that game because it forced them to address the offensive line. It has these guys with a chip on their shoulder for this upcoming season. So, look, the odds of these two teams being in the Super Bowl, like, if you're a betting man, you would take the field, right? But I do think on paper, these are the two best teams entering the season. Now, teams emerge, things change, injuries, all that good stuff. Maybe Tom Brady, finally falls off a cliff at 44 years old, but Bucs brought back all 22 starters. Chiefs revamped their offensive line. You got Patrick Mahomes. These are the two favorites entering this season. I'd love to see it happen. I think it would be great for the sport. We'll see what happens at the end of the year. But Chiefs versus Bucs Super Bowl 56 sounds pretty good to me. Now, if you want to get a Patrick Mahomes jersey, you can get one on sale for just $89.99 at chatsports.com/MahomesRed. I'll put that link in the comments. I'll put it in the description. Get yourself a Mahomes jersey for the upcoming season while it's on sale. Click that link, chatsports.com/MahomesRed, to get it for less than $90. Let's talk a little Bashad Breeland on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. You're probably asking, why are we still talking about Breeland? He's with the Vikings. Well, The Athletic did an article on all 32 NFL teams taking a look at the worst offseason move for every team. And they said, hey, the Chiefs had a great offseason, but the one question mark continues to be cornerback, and they pointed to letting Bashaud Breeland go to the Vikings, which, hey, if you're like, oh, they couldn't afford to re-sign Breeland, Minnesota overpaid, that'd be one thing. But they got Breeland for just $3 million. So, yeah, I mean, I've been a Breeland defender. I thought they should have brought him back. Here's what The Athletic had to say on this one. Quote, just about every move the Chiefs made in the offseason was logical and understandable to extend their chances of competing for championships. One position on the roster that is somewhat questionable is cornerback. The Chiefs are expecting to start Charvarius Ward, Sneed, and Rashad Fenton, but the team could have re-signed 8-year vet Bashad Breeland, who had been the most experienced cornerback the previous 2 seasons. Instead, Breeland signed a 1-year, $3 million deal with the Vikings back in June. KC should have brought Breeland back. I've said that over and over. I know some of you guys in the comments have disagreed with me on previous videos, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but I'm entitled to mine. And what my eyes tell me and what logic tells me is that Breeland's been this team's most consistent quarterback the past 2 years. Now, Sneed is going to be a good player and I think will be a true CB1 this year, but imagine if you had brought Breeland back to pair with him, and then you can put Fenton in the slot, and maybe Charvarius Ward is your CB4, or whatever the case may be. I just thought Breeland was valuable. I thought he was consistent. Sure, he wasn't a true lockdown number 1 corner, but in this scheme with Steve Spagnuolo, he played really, really well the past 2 years, and now you're banking on Charvarius Ward bouncing back this year when he played pretty poorly in 2020. It could happen. Ward played pretty well in 2019, and if Sneed elevates to CB1 status, then you're probably going to get by with what you have, because I think Rashad Fenton's an underrated player, but the safe move would have been bringing back Bashad Breeland, who signed for $3 million. I mean, that's nothing. That's like fringe starter money at cornerback, and you could have had him for, what, $4 million, and he would have been a clear-cut starter? Brett Veach had a hell of an offseason. This team did a really good job addressing the needs they needed to, but I think if you'd have brought back Breeland, I mean, it would have been an absolute home run of an offseason for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, look, this move isn't going to bury you in your Super Bowl chances, but if I had to pick the worst offseason move, I would agree with The Athletic. I think letting Bashad Breeland go was at least a minor mistake. So what do you guys think? Do you think letting Breeland go was a mistake? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. I think it was. I don't think it was monumental. Like, this wouldn't be like, oh, we're not going to re-sign Travis Kelce. It's not something like that. But I am going to type my 1 for yes. I think bringing him back would have been a good thing for the 2021 season. All right, before we sign off, I want to spend a couple of minutes. Patrick Mahomes bodied Justin Herbert over the weekend, and you're probably saying, what does bodied mean? It means, like, he gave him a little jab, a little what's the boxer's name, or who's the guy that beat McGregor over the weekend? Marshall, was it? It wasn't Khabib. Well, I can't remember the guy's name. McGregor got absolutely bodied over the weekend. By the way, that's getting bodied. Here's what happened: Patrick Mahomes played in a celebrity golf tournament, and one of the patrons there, aka a fan, yelled at him, "Watch out for Justin Herbert next year." And Mahomes was, of course, mic'd up. He goes, "I'll see it when I believe it." Now, Mahomes got the phrase backwards. It's, "I'll believe it when I see it," but the fact remains the same. He threw him a little jab. Now, I think it's all in good fun. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think Justin Herbert all of a sudden is just going to, this is going to be the reason why he balls out this year. Justin Herbert already had a really, really good rookie season, but Mahomes believes in himself. He's like, hey, I'm running the AFC West. I'm running the NFL. I'm not concerned with Justin Herbert in the LA Chargers this year, but I will say I do think there's a good chance Herbert's the second best quarterback in this division moving forward, because he was really, really good last year. I mean, look at the numbers. It's not like Mahomes was leaps and bounds better. Now, he was clearly better, but Herbert's he's a good player, but I like this little jab. It's fun. It's, you don't really see this side of Mahomes that often. He usually kind of keeps it classy. Now, it's not like he did this in a sit-down interview or something. He was just having fun with a fan, but we'll see. These Chiefs-Chargers games have been interesting over the years, and this could be a new rivalry, a revamped rivalry between these two young quarterbacks. Now, before we sign off for real, who is the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC West? Is it Denver? Is it the Chargers? Is it the Raiders? Let me know down in the comments. DEN for Denver, LAC for the LA Chargers, type LV for the Las Vegas Raiders. I think right now it's the Chargers. If the Broncos get Aaron Rodgers, that changes things, but for now, I'm going to type my LAC. Now, quick reminder to subscribe to the Chiefs Report because, hey, we'll keep bringing you videos. I'm back from vacation. I'm recharged. I'm ready to go for you guys as we gear up for the upcoming season. Training camp's almost here, the preseason, and then week 1 will be here before we know it. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. That is the link to go. That's the link to share with your buddies. And we'll see you soon here on the Chiefs Report.